Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Marg Sippin Sistas. Today we're just gonna do some random conversations about different things. What would you like to start with, Lisa?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'm still laughing about. What am I laughing about?
What our producer said about talking about
Yeah,
things we shouldn't talk about, like
we
boy parts.
decided that today was just going to kind of be a random episode, and we're just going to talk about whatever comes to mind. And our producer Chris said, if you want to talk about boy parts, talk about boy parts. Well, we don't want to talk about boy parts.
Well, I did see a funny thing on Amazon today. It looked like it was a cover for a boy part, like a sock.
But it was longer.
But it was longer, and it had two legs. I couldn't figure out what it was until I opened the Amazon thing, and it was an animal tail.
So like a strap-on animal tail.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of weird?
I could totally see Brian walking around in one of those.
Too.
Because Brian likes a little tidbit, and he doesn't listen to the podcast. Something. He likes to walk around naked.
Oh, yeah. Especially when we go to Arizona.
Yes. And in a month, are you counting down the days?
I am. I'm ready to go.
I mean, a month from today, we are going to Arizona for spring break. And it's a good thing that you guys like your brother-in-law, because he'll walk around naked.
Yeah, I've seen his, what he calls flamingo, too many times.
He'll get out of the pool, and as he's getting out of the pool, he's already taken off his swim trunks.
And he walks around the house without clothes on. Because we have to share half a house. We have one bathroom for 6 of us.
Yes.
And so we kind of have to...
6 of us as being 4 adults and 2... Well, 6 adults, but 2 of the adults are mine and Brian's kids. Adult kids. That are almost 19 and 23. But
that's crazy.
Gosh. So it's a good thing that you guys like him.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. He's kind of,
you know how they say you can't pick your, what's that saying? You
can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends.
Yes. Yeah.
So I picked him as a friend.
You're pretty brave picking Brian as your friend.
Well, okay, so we've been working on this puzzle for a long time. It's really hard.
Yeah, we're switching gears from Brian to a puzzle.
So last night, Brian called to tell us he was on his way home.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, so you guys have finished the puzzle? And we just laughed, and we're like, hell no. There's still 600 pieces for you to finish.
It's a 1,000-piece puzzle. Tracy, I don't even know if we have 400 pieces.
I don't either. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he did not come home and work on the puzzle because he is not a puzzle fan. He's not a game fan.
He doesn't like much of anything unless it's outside stuff, maybe.
Oh, he just always has to piddle.
Yeah.
And do like stuff.
In the garage.
He likes to keep busy. So Arizona could be interesting because he will
take his swim trunks off.
Yeah. And he'll take his swim trunks off.
There's one time we cleaned the house, and I think we helped, because his parents are elder, and we helped them clean the house, so that was good. And I think he took his clothes off because he was too hot.
He probably did. Or he went to his underwear.
Yeah. But whatever.
Hey, if you feel comfortable walking around the house in your underwear in front of everybody, I sure in the heck wouldn't, let me tell you that.
Oh, God, no. I don't even walk around in my underwear in front of my husband, let alone everybody else.
God, and it's just the 2 of you at your house with your dogs.
Right?
So speaking of dogs, so Lacey, my dog, she, so today, as we are doing this podcast today is Valentine's Day. And I don't know about you, Tracy. I mean, I kind of know because we're related. But I hate Valentine's Day.
I do too.
Valentine's Day is just an overrated, quote, holiday.
They just want your money.
I hate Valentine's Day.
Cards are ridiculous.
So I went to the store yesterday because I thought, I'm going to get the 2 boys that live here in town something for Valentine's Day. And when I mean like something, I got them a big bag of the sour gummy worms that they like, those sour things. I got one original and one berry because I didn't think that Caden liked berry, but apparently he does. So note to self, I could get berry.
So he wouldn't eat. Would he eat the original?
He'll eat the original. And then I'm in the card section at the store looking for cards for my adult children here and my husband. So first I started looking for Brian, and I picked up this card, and I'm like, oh, this is a really good one. I'll just get him this, and this is all he's getting for Valentine's Day because I hate Valentine's Day. I could care less about it. It's just another day to me. Granted, yes, I am wearing a t-shirt with a heart on it, but whatever.
It's cute.
So I pick up this card, and I start reading this card, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. It's for Valentine's Day. I flip the dang thing over, and I look at the back, and it is $4.99.
Oh,
and I'm like, no. It went right back in the slot where I got it from. Yeah. So then I thought, okay, I kind of glanced at a few more. Nope. Okay, he's not getting a Valentine's Day card. Let's just get something for the kids. You know, adult kids. I still just call them kids, but they're adult kids.
Because they'll always be your kids.
Yeah. So I'm looking. So I found them 99-cent cards in the kid section. Oh, and it wasn't, they weren't kid related. It was a puppy with a heart in its mouth. And then on the inside, you would have never known it was in the kid section unless I told you that. So I got 2 of the same dang cards.
Heck, they don't live together anymore.
They don't live together, so they're not going to see it. But when I got home last night, I was filling out Evan's card because Caden had to go to work, and Evan and Caden work at the same place. Evan is technically Caden's boss. I said, Caden, will you take this bag to Evan?
Oh, you even wrapped
let me define wrapped it. I put it in the plastic bag that I bought it in, the gummy worms, and then I did get Evan some quote fancy chocolate, like that Merci chocolate. He likes that.
Ever since he went to France.
And these hazelnut chocolates with his gummy worms. And I put all of it in there. I filled out the card, and I said, Kaden, don't look at the card because I got you the exact same card.
And did he actually take it to him?
He took it to him.
Oh, surprise.
Well, so then I texted Evan because I thought, okay, no offense to Kaden, in case he does listen to this podcast. He's going to forget it in his car, and he ain't going to take it into his brother. Because I was supposed to take it to Evan today, but I knew it was going to snow, and I didn't really want to go out. And so I had Caden take it last night. So I texted Evan and said, hey, Caden's bringing you a bag of something. Happy Valentine's Day, love you, blah, blah, blah. And he said, okay, thanks. That was the response I got.
Hey, at least you got a response. Normally they don't respond to you.
So then Caden tells me last night when he got home that he put it in Evan's car. I said, how'd you put it in Evan's car?
Yeah. Was it unlocked?
Well, he got there before Evan did.
Oh.
So I think he went back out to Evan's car. I don't really know. I am still so confused. I don't know why he just didn't take it into work and put it in the office and hand it to him, but whatever. Supposedly,
they're brothers.
Evan got it. That's all I know.
Well, that's awesome.
So, needless to say, Brian got zilcho, except for this morning, little licky poo from Lacey and Happy Valentine's Day.
No different than Chris. I was at a retail store looking at cards, and the cheapest one I found was $4.99, $5.99. And I'm like, hell no, because my husband hates cards. But there was one that had a wiener dog on it. And we love wiener dogs, because one of our dogs is a wiener dog.
Yeah.
But that one was $7.99. I looked at it, put it back on the shelf. I'm like, nope, not getting anything.
No. Last year for Brian and I's anniversary, which is coming up.
Yes, March 10th.
Good job. Usually, we're in Arizona. This year, it happens to fall when we're not.
What day is it?
March 10th.
I know, but do you know what day it is?
Monday.
Oh, okay.
It's a Monday, and we leave Friday for Arizona. Spring break is, I think, just a little later this year.
I agree.
So usually we are in Arizona for our anniversary, and we got married in Arizona. You know, you obviously know that, you were there.
Pretty location.
So the last couple years, we both gone to the store together. We both picked out a card, and then we showed it to each other, and we've read it, and then we put it back.
That makes so much sense.
And then we said,
I love it.
Happy anniversary.
Love it. But then you guys usually go out to dinner when you're out there by yourself to a different restaurant, don't you?
We do. So
yeah, because it's different than what we have in Iowa.
Yeah. Well, and I was kind of telling you the other day that Brian wrote down some places when we're in Arizona that we should go check out.
Well, maybe, we can talk about those because we're going to do a live broadcast while we're in Arizona.
Yes.
So maybe we can go check out a few of those and give them an update on how they were.
Right. I mean, I'm really kind of excited about this live broadcast because I'm really thinking that we could get my mother-in-law.
Oh my gosh, she's hilarious.
On this podcast. So my in-laws are like 87 and almost 83.
Her birthday's March 24th.
6th. I do know that.
Yeah, because it's the same day as one of my inherited nieces.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure she knows what we're doing. She'll be on there. She might talk more than what she should talk, or she shouldn't talk when she.
We'll give her a margarita.
We'll have to do something for her. But so back to the Valentines, I was gonna say on the line of the Valentine, that Lacey, my little puppy Lacey, she was super excited to give one of your dogs. You have 3 dogs, but your one dog, Cooper, she loves Cooper. And
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
She was excited when I asked her if she wanted to get Cooper some treats for Valentine's Day, some cookies.
Oh.
Because we got Cooper cookies for Christmas. And
he scarfed them.
Yeah, Cooper loved those. And she was pretty excited. I don't know if she was excited that she got cookies or what she was excited about. But she was excited for cookies and Cooper.
Well, every time you guys come to our house and she sees Cooper, they have to kiss. Like, they run together, like, literally run as fast as they can to meet each other. And they both lick each other. And then Lacey follows him anywhere he goes in the yard.
Yeah. And it's crazy because she's not a fan of big dogs.
Or black dogs.
Yeah, Lacey doesn't like black dogs. She's white. And, we won't go into details with that, but anytime where we used to live, this is how we discovered this, and the boys discovered this, that where we used to live, we had sidewalks and stuff where you could walk by and everything, and you knew when an owner and a dog were walking by, and the dog was dark colored.
I guess it could be brown, not just black.
Yeah. Lacey flipped a lid. Like, I had holes in my wood mini blinds.
Really?
When these darker dogs walked by because she was pissed.
Lacey.
So it's a good thing we moved and now we live in the country because she's got no dogs to bark at.
But she's in love with Cooper.
She loves Cooper. Yes. Oh, do you like Cooper? You're laying right here by us, aren't you?
I got
Cooper. Yeah.
What did I get so I could marry people? I got my license.
Got ordained.
I got ordained.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to marry Lacey and Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper's a big 45-pound dog. She's staring at me right now because I'm saying Cooper. And she's what? 10 pounds? If that? Maybe
not
8?
Even. Are you 8 unless you have too many treats?
And
so she's literally laying on a blanket, on a chair, in between Tracy and I right now. This is how spoiled rotten she is. Yes. And every time one of us say Cooper, she turns her head and stares at us. Because you like Cooper, don't you? Is Cooper your buddy?
And her ears go crazy.
You like Cooper. But you don't really like Aunt Tracy's other two dogs.
No.
That are Stormy and Lady.
Stormy's
and they're little. Mean. They're your size. You only like Cooper.
Yeah, Stormy's mean, isn't she? Yeah.
Cooper, she apparently likes naughty dogs because...
But she trained him how to get on the back of the couch to look out the windows. He never did that until Lacey came to our house one time and got up on the back of the couch.
Yeah.
So now Cooper and Lady both can get on the back of the couch.
And look out the window.
Because somebody taught them how.
This past summer, we had to build a fence for Cooper.
God, that was terrible. It was so hot.
It was so stinking hot. I don't even know if you could really say that it was terrible, Tracy, because...
I was out. I had to work.
You had to work a lot in your defense. And so Chris, Brian, and I were out there a lot. The guys might even been out there a little more than what I was out there. Yeah. But so we had to take down Tracy and Chris's chain link fence because Cooper has decided that he could figure out how to jump the fence.
What was the animal? There was an animal that was there. I can't remember what it was. Was it a woodchuck?
Woodchuck.
Yeah, a woodchuck. Somehow when we were gone, we had a dog sitter.
Yeah.
And she said there was a woodchuck in our yard, which she sent us a picture. Oh my God, it was huge. So ever since then, Cooper thought he needed to find it. So there was one area of the fence that was, what do you think, 6 by 6 square?
Chain link fence that he kept getting out.
Yeah.
So we built an 8-foot
6
wood 6 foot 8 foot
we don't
6
know.
foot. We don't know. We just built the dang thing. Wood fence.
Yeah.
And by golly, if Cooper gets out of that, he's a goner.
Yeah.
And when we built that, it was dead heat of the summer.
It was July. Or maybe beginning of August. I don't know.
All I know is it was so stinking hot.
And there's no shade unless you're back there during the evening hours.
Like, at any given point, that would have been the time that Brian should have been naked.
Yeah. Is that the time they climbed in the truck with the ladder?
No. That was with the cement. That's a whole nother episode. It was hot. It was so hot.
But
when we were doing this fence. But by golly, Cooper loves that dang fence.
He doesn't get out. But he got out how many times? And I was sick with COVID and had to sit because we tried to patch it so we didn't have to build this fence. And I had to sit outside and guard the fence that we patched with.
Yes.
So he wouldn't get out. And that
yeah.
still didn't help. I still had to drag him in the house.
Yeah. So it's a good thing now that the fence is built, even though it was hotter than heck when we built this fence for Cooper.
But they love the back 40. Well, that's what we call our backyard because it's huge.
It's long. It's really deep.
Yeah.
And so it's called the back 40. Cooper loves to run the yard. And then when Lacey goes over, do you like running the yard with Cooper? You follow Cooper around and you guys kiss and every such thing, don't ya? Yeah.
And she, like, if he'll walk along the fence line to smell, and she's, like, on his butt, smelling everywhere he's going.
You two are like 2 peas in a pod, you and Cooper.
But you care less about my other 2 babies.
Stormy's kind of naughty.
She is. She likes to snip and bite.
And Lady is just kind of attached to her mama, kind of like you.
Yeah.
You were
Lady's really calm.
Aren't you?
And she doesn't do much, Lady.
Yeah. And all 3, I think we've mentioned this before, but all 3 of your dogs are rescue dogs.
Yes. We've never bought a breeder dog. We support rescues. Cooper came from a rescue in Waverly. Lady we rescued from a friend I worked with at a nursing home. And Stormy just fell in our lap.
Well, like, don't blame me for that, but my friend knew of a guy that had Stormy, and he was elderly and was going to a nursing home.
Yeah, I think he's going hospice.
And couldn't have her, and so
the family.
You wanted another wiener dog.
Yeah.
And we had you took Stormy in.
And then the lady who fostered him said, just let us know how she's doing. Well, so I messaged her a few weeks after Christmas and said, at first she was great.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, I'm glad she's doing well because her owner passed away on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. We've had her for what? 2 years, I think now? Yeah. But she's turned into a naughty little dog.
I don't know what to say about her.
I don't either. But I promote rescuing dogs over breeder dogs. Just because there's so many. But you really rescued her. You didn't. She's not.
Right. So Lacey is a breeder dog.
Yes.
But we were not looking for a dog because we had put down about a year before we got Lacey. We put down our Siberian Husky Belle that we had.
She was amazing.
And we were not looking for a dog because technically I'm allergic to dogs.
Yes.
And one of my good friends at the time, her parents got Lacey, and the father was starting to his health was declining, and they just didn't feel like Lacey was a puppy. 6 months old. They did not feel like they could give her the quality of life and care that she needed with his health. So they had called my friend and said, hey, do you know of anybody that would want a small dog? And she immediately thought of me. So then we were out of the state at this point.
Where were you?
We were in Texas.
Why were you in Texas?
We went to visit. We went to see...
Brian's sister.
No. Brian wasn't with me. It was a girls' trip, and we went to Magnolia.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. And so I'm texting Brian and the boys, like, do we want a small dog? And, of course, the boys are, yes, jumping all over this. Yes.
But I think they missed Belle.
Yeah. So then I was texting Brian by himself and said, hey... Then I called him, and I said, hey, what do you think? Like, here's some pictures of her. I really want her, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, we get back from Texas and we decide, we're gonna take Lacey. She was named Gracie at the time.
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
They bring her to us, to Iowa, to bring her to us. And we fell in love with her. She was 6 months old.
She was crazy.
And now she's coming up on her 6th birthday in May.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So we got a puppy. We kind of rescued her from a family that couldn't take care of her anymore.
Yeah. But if you wouldn't have, they probably would have taken her back to a kennel or a place like, or your friend probably would have taken her.
Yeah, she probably would have, but she had big dogs.
She had big dogs.
So I don't know how that would have worked, but... Who knows? Maybe she would get along. But yeah, she is our spoiled, rotten.
She's smarter than crap.
Oh my gosh, she's so stinking smart. I told you this, but this is funny. You know what I did to her this week?
Oh my gosh, it's so cold here in Iowa.
Yeah,
that dogs don't like to go outside if they're small.
Right. So my 8.5-pound dog, the last couple of days. We could not walk her because it was so cold. So she just has to go outside and go potty. So I let her out and she goes potty, and then she comes back in and Brian gives her breakfast. So Brian lets her out to go potty while I'm getting ready in the mornings. And then once I get done getting ready, then I have to make sure that she goes back outside to do her number 2 business before she goes downstairs with Caden while I go to work. So
silly girl.
She doesn't want to go outside because she's already been out there once, and she's like, heck to the no, Mom. It's like 0, maybe below 0 outside. Not doing it. So she loves her Aunt Tracy so much that I decided to trick her. So
That's not very nice.
I know, but it was really kind of funny. So I had the inside door open, and then I had the screen door open. And I'm holding the screen door open, trying to get her to come outside. And she's looking at me like I'm absolutely nuts. I've already been out there once. I ain't going back outside, whatever you say. So I say to her, I did this 2 days in a row. For being so dang smart, she fell for it. Oh, and I said to her, I was like, look. I was like, come see who's here. I'm like, Aunt Tracy's here. Yeah, you're barking now, right? Because I said Aunt Tracy's here. She beelines out the door so fast, and she goes to the step, and she looks around, and she's barking.
That's what she does when I come, or she's jumping up and down.
Yeah, so you might be able to hear her now. She's barking because I just told her that Aunt Tracy's here, and Aunt Tracy's literally sitting next to her.
I'm right here. Lacey. Hey.
And so she goes outside. So I got her outside. That was how I got her outside. And she did her business. And then after she realized that that Aunt Tracy wasn't out there, I kind of got the look from her like, you lied to me, Mom, and you were dead meat because I know better than that.
Well, I think it's funny that she knows when you say Cooper and Aunt Tracy and Grandma. Dogs, I know they understand, but it's crazy how much she understands.
I mean, how can they be so smart? Like, when we lived at our old house, she knew that somebody was home when the garage door opened. So now that we've moved to this past spring, and we're at our new house, when the ring goes off on my phone, she knows somebody's here. So she went from a garage door opening to knowing somebody's here to the ring going off to somebody's here. Like, that's how smart she is.
And now she's standing at the bottom of the step because she thinks I'm here and coming in where I'm already sitting here, and she's so
smart she's dumb sometimes.
Yeah,
dogs.
But she's so cute.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I went to the store today on my way home.
Was it packed?
I went to the grocery store today. When I got off the phone with you, I got to the store and I was like, you can tell that there's a snowstorm coming.
There's no milk.
There are so many cars in the parking lot. It's ridiculous.
Good thing you're just going in the...
So I'm getting out. I did not go in the alcohol end, by the way. I went in the actual regular door of the grocery store.
Nice.
So I put my hood up and I get out and I start walking up the parking lot because I had to park a ways down. I just took the first spot, like almost to the end down. Thought I'm not getting any closer.
You put your hood up?
I did because I didn't want to get my hair wet from the snow because I thought it looked good today.
Yeah, it does.
So I get almost up to the door and there's this lady standing outside by, you know how sometimes like the stores have like those big concrete posts like in front of the doors so that nobody can run into the dang doors?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So there's this lady standing out there and she's got like a headband thing on covering her ears. And there was a car that was parked like, maybe 3 car lengths away from her.
Yeah.
And I'm walking up, like trying to kind of pay attention, but like trying not to get like snowflakes on my glasses, so I have to sink and wipe them off. And I'm watching this lady, and she's like motioning her hand at this car to move closer to pick her up. So she didn't want to walk the 2 car lengths to where this person was parked to get in the car.
And it wasn't even that cold.
No!
I went out and
there was no snow where she was at. It had not stuck to the ground yet.
I mean, it was snowing, but it wasn't snowing that hard.
I was just floored.
That's crazy.
I'm like, you can't walk a car length and a half. It did not look like she had anything wrong with her. Maybe she did, but it did not look like it as she was standing there. She had nothing in her hand either. no grocery bags, no nothing, no bottle of margarita.
Oh, what was she doing at Hy-Vee? But sometimes you can't tell. I mean,
you can't.
I have heart issues and I have kidney failure, and sometimes my heart issue causes me not to be able to walk out to the car. So Chris has to come and pick me up if I'm too tired after walking through the store.
Yeah.
So you don't really know.
I don't. And I was not judging her. No. Well, okay. I was kind of judging her, but I was trying not to judge her because I'm like, you are a car length and a half away.
Yeah, see, that I could walk.
Immediately, I was thinking to myself, she can't walk in the snow.
That I get. But like walking clear out to a parking spot, sometimes that's hard after going through a store.
I get that. But no, she was right outside the dang door, and the car was like up in the do not park area.
I dislike when people do that, especially like when you go to a certain retail store.
Yes.
They park up there and block so you can't. They park in the crosswalk where you can't get into the doors. So that makes me mad.
Yesterday, I went to my chiropractor. Yeah. And in the 15 minutes maybe that I was there, him and I are pretty sure that we solved the world problems.
Oh, he's awesome. So probably you did.
Yeah, we really did. So our world problems consisted of, he was complaining about, he has younger kids, and that the drop off and pick up lane.
Oh,
I mean, I've been there, and I know you've been there because you've taken the boys to school before, and now working at the school.
It's ridiculous.
You see this. So he was complaining about dropping off the kids at school, about how certain cars sit there for so long, and it takes forever to get the kids out.
Yeah.
So on some social page, there was something about this. I don't know if it's like the school page or I don't know. But anyways, he was telling me that there's this one guy that commented on there. And long story short, the guy that commented has a special needs child. Okay. And so it takes them longer to get out of the car in the drop-off lane. Yep. Totally understandable, and he totally understood that. So his comment back to this guy was, sometimes when I drop off my kids and I know they're going to take longer because they're having a bad morning or etc., we actually park in the parking lot, and I let them out there instead of the quick drive-through lane. Well, this guy with a special needs child totally read his text the wrong way and just laid into him about how he was pinpointing him out for having a special needs child and yada, 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 yada. And that he was going to sue him and his chiropractor business for making fun of special needs, which he wasn't, the way that he made this sound to me. I did not read the post, but the way he was talking about the conversation. God. So then we went into, oh my gosh, I could not wait until the day that I did not have to go through that drive-through lane at the school and drop off or pick up kids.
Oh, it was terrible. Well, I had to pick up your youngest. They had a new school built where he went.
And you would have think school, they would have made it better.
No, it was terrible. And even now... Like, okay, so one of the schools I worked at in the last few weeks, one of the buses showed up 5 or 10 minutes late because they had to drop off another kid. So every day they're going to be 5 or 10 minutes late. How is that okay?
So the 15 minutes that I'm at this chiropractor, we've solved the world problems. Great. So this guy with the special needs child ended up like a couple days, like he's suing my chiropractor because of what he's saying about special needs, which was nothing. He was saying nothing bad about special needs to my knowledge. To him finally apologizing to my chiropractor for the things that he said, and that he just was having a bad day, and then it just escalated and yada yada off of that to then everything was smooth and okay. But picking up children in a school parking,
it's ridiculous.
I'm over those days. But then we kind of went to after that we went to following a snowplow because we live in Iowa. We have snow. Following a snowplow.
That's ridiculous. But if you follow them, the road's going to be clean ahead of you.
No, so I had to follow the snowplow like halfway.
Yesterday?
Yes. And they were, I think they were like clearing off the sides, like more towards the ditches. And I think they were salting because of the snow coming today and tomorrow. Yeah, so we talked about that, but then where I was going with this is he said that his chiropractor service is in like a strip mall. Like a strip mall area, where there's like maybe 7 businesses or whatever. So one of his clients is handicapped, and he has to get like his wheel, like the ramp in his van out, so he needs like that handicap spot where it's got the availability to. But
sometimes cars park too close.
So there was this vehicle. He said that it was a gold Cadillac that was parked in the handicap spot. So he went to the business next door and said, "Hey, does this happen to be somebody's car out here, this gold Cadillac? Because it doesn't have handicap plates. It has no handicap sticker. Maybe you forgot to put the handicap sign in the window."
Yeah.
It's totally understandable, he says. But I have a client that needs to park there because all the rest of the spots are full out here. And he needs to park in the handicap spot so that he can get out with his van with his chair to come in. And one of the workers in this place says, "Oh, that was me. My friend just had surgery, and I was dropping her off to come in here to get her nails done." It was at a nail salon.
Are you kidding me?
So they went and moved it.
That's ridiculous. I would have called the cops.
So he was a little mad about that, but he reassured them, that like, "Hey, I get that," but he's like, if it was, so he's telling me like solving our world problems. If it was me, I would have dropped them off there and then moved to a different spot.
Exactly. But some people don't have common sense.
We were talking about that earlier, too.
Yes, we were.
Common sense.
There's a difference between book smart and common sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are book smart, but they do not have common sense.
They lack the common sense.
And then vice versa.
Like me, I have common sense, but I lack the book smart. Let's just be real.
I think I'm a little bit of both.
You're 50-50?
I think so.
I don't know if I'd say 50-50.
I have... Okay, I don't know my directions very well, but I'm learning.
Oh my gosh, you and Mom are terrible with directions.
Okay, you would be
terrible.
You'd be so proud of me. I was telling somebody directions, and I got it right, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're right."
You guys do not. Yeah. You
I know,
do not.
Mom's bad.
That's probably a whole nother episode that we could talk about.
Yeah.
But
Mom's worse than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's a whole nother episode. So, I mean, gosh. Do you have anything else that we should vent about?
I don't know.
Are we venting or are we?
I don't know what this was called. Venting or just random?
I think I mean, we'll just let Chris decide what he wants to call this. This is just kind of like a random, hey, what's on your mind at this moment that we're talking about.
Working on a puzzle and just chatting away.
This puzzle's killing us. We probably will still be doing this in another 5 episodes.
Yeah. But I think I'm good. Are you?
Yeah. I could probably keep venting, ranting, random.
Oh, there's lots of stuff I could vent about, but it's not appropriate for a podcast.
Yeah. One last thing. I really am looking forward to our doing our podcast in Arizona.
Me too.
I don't know why. Because we're not doing it live or anything. But
no, but we're going to be sitting by a pool with margaritas, and we're going to be sipping the margaritas while we're doing this podcast.
I know. I think that's why it's not going to get any better than that.
And we're a month away.
Month away from today.
So you guys should be excited for our podcast in about a month and a half.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that. Because I think, And your mother-in-law, oh my God, she's freaking hilarious.
She's going to be the riot.
Yeah, you guys will enjoy her so much.
Let's hope you guys enjoy her.
Yeah. I think with that, we're good.
Yeah, follow us on your socials. Listen to us on your favorite podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts at. And keep sipping, listeners. We look forward to the next episode, and we hope that you tune in.